Hey everybody, Who's Your Jedi here. Welcome to channel update number 6. And I'm doing this update primarily because I've got some great news. Today this channel hit 25,000 views. So the first thing I have to say to everybody is thank you so much for tuning in and watching my videos, for sharing them and all that other stuff. Commenting, rating, subscribing, all that other stuff. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to do that. I've been doing this since April, and I'm still really surprised that folks take time out of their day to watch these videos, but I'm really glad that you do. I've had a lot of fun doing this channel. There have been very few negative experiences with what's been going on here. For the most part, this has just been loads of fun, and I thank you people for making it that possible. And I'm going to continue to do the very best I can to provide you with video commentary that's fun and interesting and adds to your enjoyment of the shows that we both like. Now, that said, I know at the end of the day, 25,000 views on YouTube is not a big deal if you compared it to some of the other folks out there. But the thing is, I never did this with any realistic idea that I'd become YouTube famous, as they call it. I know that's never going to happen. I, again, just do this because it's fun and I enjoy doing this as a way to interact with you, my fellow fans. So I do want to, again, thank you. Now, with that said, I want to talk about something that I brought up several channel updates ago. I haven't mentioned it since then, and since then we've picked up quite a few new subscribers around here. So I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to remind everybody about this, and that is, if you recall, if you've been around here, and if not, let me explain to you for you new folks. When I hit 50 subscribers, I had a contest, and what it was is I set a few days aside where people could suggest a TV show or for me to check out, and the rules were basically I would review one episode of a 1-hour TV show or 2 episodes of a half-an-hour TV show and post those up here on the channel. And I said that as soon as we hit 100 subscribers, I would do it again, and that I would continue to repeat this every time we hit 50 subscribers, unless for some reason this channel were to explode in popularity to a ridiculous level, which it hasn't happened and it probably never will. And you know what, I don't really mind all that much. I don't think I'd want to deal with all the craziness that some of the folks who are big names on YouTube have to deal with on a pretty regular basis. I think we've developed a pretty good crowd around here, and it's fun and still personable, so I enjoy that. Now, as I said, we are just a little bit shy of that goal. I don't want to pressure anybody out there, but as I said, as soon as that happens, I will throw open the I'll post a video saying, okay, we've hit 100 subscribers. This is it. I'm going to give you guys, of course, a few days to post your suggestions of what it is you want me to review, and then once that's done, I will pick one of those at random and do that review. I'll go over to the rules of that in depth when the time comes, but I just wanted to let you guys know I have not forgotten my promise to you about that. When we hit 100 subscribers, I'm totally going to do that, and I'm looking forward to doing that again because we had a lot of fun with the last one. Now, let's speaking of promises to you guys, a while back I promised you that I would start doing reviews in blocks of Persona 4 the animation. I haven't gotten around to doing that, and the main reason is I really wanted to, before I sat down and really watched through it all, the animation, I wanted to refresh myself on the game. The thing is, of course, I live in South Korea, and when I moved over here almost 2 years ago, I didn't bring my PlayStation 2 and my PS2 games with me. There just wasn't room, so I just have basically had to content myself with watching a Let's Play of Persona 4 that another YouTuber, KZX, did. And Persona 4 is a very, very long game. KZX ended up clocking in 140 videos. So I don't think it would surprise you guys to learn that it took me a couple of weeks to just sit down and watch through all of that to really completely refresh myself on the game. I finished that a little while ago, so I'm going to try and get started on going back through those episodes of the animation. And as I said, I'll be posting those in blocks rather than individual episodes, just because I feel it would be easier to do it that way. So I'll probably be posting reviews of episodes in like 3 or 4 episode chunks. Like I said, I'm going to try and get to that really soon. It's just that right now is a super, super crazy time at work. There's a lot of things going on. I'm going to be moving in a few months. That's written in stone fact. So there's a lot of things I have to figure out, and things I have to figure out pretty soon. There's some big decisions coming down the line. So I will keep you guys posted, of course, as that relates to the channel. But for the meantime, things will continue pretty much as they always have. Although there may be just the occasional time when, because of work, or like it was recently when I was kind of a little bit sick and couldn't talk for the better part of a week, that things might get delayed a little bit. But let's kind of stay on the positive side of things. So I thought since we hit this big milestone that I'd share with you guys just some interesting little facts and figures that me being the channel owner, of course, that I get to see the numbers in relation to what goes on around here. And some of it's actually really, really interesting. There's a lot of surprises if you sit down and you look at the numbers. In terms of the places where I'm getting most of my viewers from, since with a few exceptions here and there, most of the shows I review are from the U.S., just like me. So unsurprisingly, the vast majority of my viewers are also from the United States. What's interesting is that the UK actually clocks in at number 2. Now, I kind of would have expected that to be Canada, just simply because the vast majority of the time, shows are simultaneously broadcast in both the US and Canada. But looking at the numbers, the UK is actually pretty significantly ahead of Canada. I got no idea why. Interestingly, and this does sort of fluctuate, because I've talked about where it is that I'm getting the majority of my viewers from before my previous episode. I think in the channel update I did several months ago, like the number 4 country at the time was the Netherlands. This time around, it's Germany. That's a little bit of a surprise, but the real surprise is that number 5 is Japan. I'm assuming that's probably just, well, one of the things that's obvious that I know for sure it is that my review of the Japanese film Thermae Romanae, even though I did it months ago, it consistently turns out to be one of my most popular videos. I'm really a little bit baffled as to why. I guess maybe the movie did well in Japan, and people over there just sort of stumble across this while they're just poking around on Japanese YouTube. It's one of those things that pops up. I don't really know what to make of it. I'm also sure I probably have my share of expat fans, people like me who are folks from the English-speaking countries who are working in a non-English-speaking country. I mean, I lived in Japan for almost 3 years myself. If you've probably heard me mention that in some of my reviews, and I spent a great deal of time killing time just watching stuff on YouTube. So, hello, fellow geeky folk who are in Japan, and domo arigato to all my actual Japanese viewers. I'm sure you're out there somewhere. So let's continue on, just looking at some of the interesting things. One thing that I found out today that's really quite a surprise. The country where I get most of my likes from, again, because I'm mostly reviewing American shows, it's unsurprising that the US is number 1, but the country that's number 2 is, and this was a really big surprise, is Finland. So thank you very much to all my viewers in Finland. And just looking at some of the other interesting figures I found out, uh, just looking at the gender ratio of viewers is actually quite interesting. In the US and Canada, it's really pretty overwhelmingly guys who are watching me. The UK, surprisingly, has slightly more guys, but really is actually split maybe 55%, 45% between men and women. And then virtually all of my viewers in Mexico are women. I'm not going to sit here and try and really figure out why these numbers are what they are. I'm just kind of throwing this information out there because I found it interesting, and I hope you do too. It's also about overall in terms of gender viewership. It's about 1/3 female, 2/3 male, which is actually I actually am doing better on female reviewers than I really did expect to, but I'm certainly very pleased by that. Really want both guys and gals to be able to enjoy my reviews. And it's interesting that about 1/3 of the folks who watch my reviews are doing so on their various mobile devices. But it's not really a humongous surprise. I spend a really inordinate amount of time watching videos on my iPad, which is unfortunately just out of reach at the moment. It's kind of a way I like to relax right before I go to bed. And yeah, I think that's going to do it in terms of the facts and figures. Just one other thing that I wanted to bring up before we call it good here is that several weeks ago I was invited to start monetizing the videos. That's basically amounts to putting the little ad banners at the bottom. And first of all, folks, let me tell you one thing. If I ever make $5 off of that, I will be completely floored. I will tell, in all honest truth, I have gotten. Let me put it this way: I have more fingers than I have people who have actually clicked on one of those things. I do not expect to make a single penny off of that ever. The only reason I agreed to do that is because I thought it would be a good way to sort of help get these videos out there more. I mean, I've since then checked into some of the details about what it takes to become a YouTube partner a little bit more, and that's quite the mountain to climb, I think. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I don't think I'm going to get there anytime soon. But that said, I do think that this would be a way to, as I said, just help get the videos out there and just sort of, well, like I said, just kind of further expand. Uh, I am certainly not going to ask you to click on those. In fact, I'm very sure that the contract I signed with YouTube specifically forbids me from doing that. And this is not me doing this in any kind of nudge, wink, wink way, shape at all. No. If just seriously, folks, I'm telling you right now, one of those pops up, just click it, get it out of the way, and just enjoy your video. That's what I do when I watch videos, and I would never, ever, ever ask you guys to do anything that you do not want to do. Okay? I mean, if you see one that is generally something you're interested in, you click on it, take your chances. But again, I would never, ever, ever, and I am saying this in all complete and utter serious, ask you to do something like that, because again, I do not expect to ever make a penny out of that. Okay, so seriously, in fact, I will flat out tell you, just click on as soon as one of them pops up, click on the banner, make it go away, enjoy your video. Okay, I am telling you that in all 100% honest to God seriousness. So, folks, I'm going to call it here. Once again, I would like to thank you all very much for taking the time to watch my videos, to comment, to subscribe, just basically for taking time out of your lives to spend it with me and talk about these TV shows and movies and all this other fun stuff that we enjoy. As I've also said, I'm going to continue to make these videos as regularly as I can because I'm having a grand old time. I hope you're enjoying these as much as I am, and I will see you in the next review. Oh yeah, one other thing. You can, of course, as I always say, you can follow me on Twitter at Hoosier Jedi. I've slowly but surely been picking up some folks on Twitter, although the vast majority of the people I have following me on Twitter right now are people who are apparently engaged in, and I swear to God, I'm not making this up. Judging by their tweets, are apparently people doing online role play. I seriously woke up one morning to discover I'd gone from like 5 subscribers to I picked up like 22 people overnight. I was just absolutely floored. I could not believe it. And I started going through their tweets, and it was just all this very strange stuff that didn't make any sense. And then after I started going through enough of them, I eventually realized it was people, again, I swear to God this is true, doing Star Trek roleplay on Twitter. And then there's some other people who are doing some roleplay for something, some kind of fantasy thing, I think it is, that I cannot figure out at all. I don't know if these people subscribe to me in mass by accident somehow, or if somebody in this group suggested me to these folks and everybody just kind of went along with it. But for whatever reason, I hope the role playing crowd is also enjoying my reviews. And if you are not following me on Twitter, I certainly do, as always, invite you to join me there. I will try not to clutter your box up with useless junk. The vast majority of the stuff I send out is simply just the notifications for my new videos. So with that said, folks, I think we will for sure call it here. As always, please comment, rate, and subscribe. You can, of course, follow me on Twitter at Hoosier Jedi. And until next time, take care and have a good one.